I want to play this video. I want to
Haley
get
Anthony,
y'all opinion on something.
Casey Anthony is my favorite girl.
Melanie.
I want to get y'all opinion on something, so I'm gonna play this video really quickly. Uh, sorry, hold on. I just messed up. I messed up. I messed up. Let me try to get this back up really quickly. I apologize for the small delay.
I apologize a
You
thousand
need some
times.
coffee?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I feel great.
This is really
You
good.
need
It's
some
like a
Puerto
whole
Rican
meal.
rum?
It's like a whole meal in a
I
bottle.
feel great. I just had made a mistake and hit the wrong button. All right, so here's the question, here's the video, and then I'm gonna pose a couple different questions for you guys because I want to get y'all feedback. So here we go.
Together.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like you just trying to get me to move in there and pay some rent or something.
I don't need you to pay my rent.
I got my own
And
stuff
what's
to
wrong with paying my rent?
I got my own stuff to handle right now. You're not my wife. I just told you. I'm not paying no bills for nobody that ain't my wife.
Did I ask you to pay any bills? You get all
ain't-
offensive. I didn't even ask you to do that. I was just asking, what do you think about us doing these things in the future?
You ain't gotta ask me to do nothing. The next thing you know, I'm in your house and I ain't paying no bills. I ain't got time for that.
So what are we doing together if you're not working towards
I mean,
a future? What are we doing? Are we wasting time?
nah, we just working towards it. You know, everything one step at a time, just not on your time. That's all. You know,
But can you timeline 6 months from now, a year from now?
I could say 6 months, I could say a year, and it just might not work in those time frames. That's why the best answer I got is when the time is right, because that's when it's the right time.
Yeah, you sound like a broken record because you can't even define when the time is right.
Yeah, because it's just gonna happen. Those type of things just happen. I don't know. We don't put a time frame on that. I really don't got time for that right now. You know, I want to do me. I don't got time for nobody being on my.
So, anyways, she cut on the camera to record and ask him, her boyfriend, who still didn't want to move in with her after 6 months of dating, how long would it take before they moved in together? And it seemed like he was just on some, would it happen when it happened? So, got a couple questions. The first one that I have for you guys, and again, anybody can jump in this, is how soon is too soon to move in together?
Well, in order before we have this conversation, um, are we Christians or no? Because if we're Christians, everyone's answer is the fucking same.
No, not necessarily. You can answer it or not answer it however you want to answer it. Go ahead, Molly.
No, I was gonna say this is what happens when you give your man too many compliments. He starts becoming the princess. He
No,
has that light skin
he likes her.
energy. She's begging him to move in. She's a placeholder. He don't want to be with her like that. She won't accept it. She's in denial. Get married and then move in. And he
Yeah,
won't marry you because he don't want to be with you like that.
I agree. 6 months is too early, but he don't like her like that. He's gonna waste every moment she lets him waste.
What?
She's a placeholder.
6 months is too early?
Yeah, you don't even know this man. Like, have
I,
you?
I think within 6 months you probably should know if you want to be with this person long term, and there should be a wedding set, and that's the date that we're moving in after the wedding.
You don't want her.
He definitely doesn't want her because she's doing all that back and forth. I'm not doing that.
But she knew that. That's why she had her camera ready to record. She knew he was going to be saying something crazy because they've had that conversation before, and he gave her the same answer. Like, she's not surprised he doesn't like her.
But you don't
No,
even.
she might be
He's like, I'm about to get
surprised.
this shit on camera.
But you don't even need to have that conversation. Like a man knows, just like a woman knows if she's gonna give it up to you or not. He knows, and she knows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by. But that's what I mean by like forcing
Oh,
it.
though.
And that's what I
I
was
don't think
saying
a man
earlier.
does know.
I'm
Like,
not
what if you're
forcing
like
anything. The
25?
man
You don't
gotta
really
the man
know
gotta
if he
pay.
can pay all the stuff, and it depends on
So
like where the dude
They're
is
not
in
25 though. They way older than that.
How did you?
He's
he's
either
just
gonna pick you or he's not.
they're having sex. That's it.
All that
This
bad.
this all it is to him
And
is sex.
that's her problem too. because that's in
He
her
don't want to.
control.
He don't want to help her financially. He don't want her as a responsibility, and she's not listening.
Agreed. And she'll be the one that's upset later on when they, if and when they do move in together, and he's not helping, and she's footing the bill because she was like, "Well, who said you need to pay anything?" So
And then
basically, she
we
wants him in there so badly that she's willing to do it all
He didn't even sound interested in her to me.
at all.
then we'll get a TikTok story time about how a
That
man
nigga
ain't
was in his phone
ish
answering questions like this. You do not feel like it?
Sorry.
Fuck
Any
you
man
when
mean?
he
that's
feel
telling
like
you,
it.
bro,
She
I
pulled a
can't do
feminine
it.
man first off.
He kept
Her
saying,
fault.
What?
bro.
Why is he feminine? Like, I don't, what the fuck, Holly?
Because when men don't feel like taking the initiative to do something, that's a feminine. Look how he was sitting there. She was doing
No,
all the
no, no,
work.
no, no. Molly,
He's
Molly,
he's not a masculine provider for her,
Molly,
and she
Molly,
needs to wake up,
Molly. You cannot do that.
He
preserve her
can.
youth, and
You,
move
Molly,
on.
no,
That nigga was
you
in his
can't
own
say that.
fucking.
You cannot
He
say
was
that.
being peaceful, answering his
You
business
don't know
question.
that. First off, that man was sitting there as a dude who was unbothered by her.
Chilling. Fucking
He
chilling.
don't give a fuck about that, bro.
Saying he don't
He's
feel.
lit.
Yeah.
That's not. That
Men who
doesn't mean
use
that.
feel
What,
too
What do you
much
what,
mean
is a
you're
red flag
feminine?
for
Because you
me.
don't
it
give a
doesn't
fuck.
mean that he's feminine. It means that he doesn't like her. He's just not into her.
I
Hold
said
on.
that
Somebody
for
He'll
said
be
her.
I'm
I
masculine,
made
masculine.
it
my opinion
He will
don't
be
specific.
matter.
very. He will be very much
He's
masculine
not
for the.
masculine for her. I said that. I already said that, Slimmy.
That
I
doesn't
said
mean
for
he's a
her.
feminine man, though.
For her,
So
he's
he's feminine.
not.
So he's
He's not
feminine for her
feminine.
since he's not.
He's just not into her.
If he was masculine, he wouldn't even be with a woman like her to begin with. One, she
No,
seems
you
What?
can't.
pushy. Two,
Cannot
she's
say
trying
that.
to force her way, and he's telling her she's trying to force her way. I listened to the whole conversation. We were all watching it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So
Guaranteed,
if a
you
dude is
said
just
you
trying to
agree
clap
with
cheeks
us
with some
more.
fuckery, he's feminine.
Mm-mm.
Huh?
This
So this dude is just trying to clap some cheeks and like keep her at bay, stiff arm her, keep her at arm's length. So that's feminine.
Uh, yes, because you didn't see the energy dynamics between them. She's doing all that begging.
So
He
a
might
woman is
not
begging, so
be
the dude is feminine.
feminine
What the
in
fuck is
Molly,
general
this?
Molly,
with her,
Molly,
though. He's
Molly,
the feminine one. She's doing all the
Molly,
work, and she's okay
Molly,
with it.
Molly. She not doing no work. That's begging is not work.
Begging.
Begging is not work.
That's work to me.
That's
What the
Exerting a
embarrassing.
bunch of
fuck?
energy
That's
to try to
embarrassing. That's embarrassing. She's
that too.
embarrassing herself and she's
Can we have
recording it.
bounties, Anton?
That's a
Women
fact,
are
Sonny.
desperate, and I've said women are desperate,
She's
but
recording it.
I'm tired of it because we get all these desperate women and they show us their relationships and then they start being bitter and they want to teach all women that men suck when that's not true.
Okay, and that's
We got to
cool,
learn
but
how to
that
work our
doesn't make
femininity.
but that doesn't make the men that don't want them feminine, Molly. That's illogical.
see,
That
He's
Molly,
not
doesn't add up.
masculine for her.
That doesn't
What does
add up.
that mean?
She's
he doesn't
putting
want
up.
to be masculine for her.
He
For sure.
But
literally, he
if he
literally.
was a provider naturally, he would be with a woman he wanted to be with and
No,
he
no, no, no,
wanted to
no.
do things
You
for.
can't dictate how men move. You are a woman. You cannot
Exactly.
dictate
I'm a
how a man
woman
moves.
watching a
He
man rest in his femininity.
no, he's not resting in his femininity. He resting in some
Y'all
pussy.
don't know the difference.
He
Let me
resting in some
respectfully, y'all men
pussy.
nowadays can't tell
He
the
does
difference
not,
because
Molly,
y'all don't know
Molly.
the
He don't
difference.
like her. He
A lot
don't
of
like
I
her.
know that. I said that.
He don't like her.
A
That's
lot of men are feminine. Y'all can't tell when y'all are
no,
being feminine. A lot of
no,
women
no,
are
no.
masculine. They can't tell when they're being masculine. It's just how the society has
Mm-mm.
flipped.
No, Molly. You trying to push
A
a narrative
woman
that don't
begging
fit.
for a man to
That don't
move in her.
fit.
This is like some day old nonsense. What's taking you so long to like? There ain't nothing. They're just being humans. Like, why does everything got to tie down to
I've never, ever,
masculinity and
ever had to
femininity?
beg a man.
Like
It's always been the other
she's
way
being a
around.
girl begging for her dude to let me move in with you. Like, what does this have to do with masculinity and femininity?
Because he doesn't want to provide for her, but
What?
he's
She doesn't
wasting her
like her. Why
time. He's having her sex with her.
do you?
She thinks they're in
Hey,
a relationship.
hey, no. You know what? I respect it, Molly. You want to die on that hill? Cool, but that's bogus. That's bogus. You cannot blame a man who just wants to lay with one woman. He not feeling her. He not feeling her. You would never call a woman who's who's just
He's not
taking
feeling her.
advantage.
Why is he there
Okay,
Hold
for?
on, let me
so
let me finish
Molly's
because
logic is if you just
hold
clapping
on, we just
cheeks
had
and don't want to be with a bitch, you're gay. Got it.
wait.
I didn't say it was gay.
We've had plenty of conversations, Molly, and we already know you not calling no woman masculine just because she taking his money.
She wasn't trying to take his money.
No. I'm just saying, we know you would not say that about a woman that's taking advantage of a man. Now, this man is just taking advantage of this woman because he's just sleeping with her and he don't want to move nowhere. That's all I'm saying. You would never call a woman masculine for the exact opposite. So I'm just saying, you got to be fair. You can't call
I
this
called
man
her
feminine.
masculine.
You can't call this man feminine because he doesn't want this woman, and it's clear. That's
Well,
all I'm
it's not
saying.
masculine to sit around and just not be taking initiative
You don't know
because
what
aren't you
other women he
supposed to
got.
pursue what he wants?
You don't know what other women he got, so you cannot say that. You don't know him. You just basing it off that video.
He's with the woman he's with in that video. Why are we bringing up hypothetical women? I'm talking about the woman he's with in the
You don't.
video.
Okay, but
We
you
can't
can't
assume
do
he
that
has
because.
anybody else.
But wait a minute, Molly. What you're trying to imply is that he's feminine because he doesn't want to provide for a woman. No, he's
I said he was
masculine.
resting in his feminine energy.
No,
That's
he's
not
not.
masculine. Masculine men are not going to necessarily. If a man is masculine, he's
Molly,
going to
I got a
do
question.
things
Let me
that
ask
are
a
going to
question.
make him
Can I
feel
ask a question to all
masculine,
the women on the
such
panel?
as provide. What
Molly.
man don't want to provide naturally?
Molly, he was
That's
a
a masculine
Molly,
trait.
Molly, he was masculine as fuck. He told her exactly what he was planning on doing. She
No,
didn't
he
like
didn't.
it.
He was
Yes, he
extremely
did.
passive aggressive. What are you talking about?
No,
Slimmy,
that
if
dude
you
was
just
just like,
don't
hey,
know, if
that
you don't
dude,
know what,
this
listen, that's
dude
not
sat there
masculine to
like
me as a
this.
woman.
This dude sat there like this, man. Like,
No.
hey, we don't. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm moving on my time. That's literally what he told her.
Okay, right. And she's trying to push the issue, which is putting her in that dominant position. I understand the energetics between masculinity and femininity. I just do. Some stuff is subtle. You can tell he's not in his masculine with her because he's not taking the initiative to do anything outside of what? Sleep with her? So
It doesn't mean he's not
what?
in his masculine. He's just using her. Using
Okay.
somebody for sex it doesn't mean that you're not masculine.
He's not masculine for her.
Say that again. He broke
He's
up.
not masculine for her.
No, it doesn't mean that.
That's what I saw with my eyes.
No, he just
If
don't
that's
like her.
masculinity to y'all, I see why men are wearing nail polish. But go ahead. Y'all don't know. Y'all that
Molly,
this is why these boys are sassy. This is
Molly,
why
no,
these
it's not.
boys be wanting to wear panties
No, no, no,
and
no,
have a
no,
soft
no, no,
and say drizzle, drizzle, soft girl life.
no,
No, I
no,
can't.
no.
I
Let me.
can't.
Who sent Molly that rainbow text?
Ain't
Who sent
nobody
her the
send me
rainbow
nothing.
text? This is some bullshit right here, man. What?
But see, this is why, as a woman,
He
you
was the
don't
prize in that
want that drink.
situation.
Right. That's why
And
you
men are
don't
always the prize.
drink. When she probably was the type of woman to send this man a drink, and
Yeah,
now
she bought him a drink.
Exactly,
She
Kim.
bought him a few drinks.
that's the
That's a
point.
And she
fact.
can't read the room. And don't make
He
she can't
knows
she
she's masculine
look.
because he's gonna be under her rulership and under her leadership, moving in with her.
He
He
didn't. He
knows,
not moving in with her.
and no masculine man is gonna want to be emasculated like that and just be letting a
He
woman
he,
call all
he
the
literally
shots.
just said. He literally
You
just
have to
said,
be
I'm not trying to
masculine
do
to be
that."
emasculated. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you contradicting yourself now, Molly. But okay.
Okay, he's sitting there getting put on the internet, looking like a whole princess.
No, that's not what he's looking like to men. To men, he's looking like somebody who showed up to get what he wanted, and he gonna dip when it's inconvenient for him.
But and then Slummy
It
want to
ain't
Hey,
talk
even gotta
about
be inconvenient.
honesty. He's not even being honest. He's being passive aggressive instead of just saying, "Listen, I don't want to be with you like that. We're dealing with each other for the moment. Take it or leave it."
That's literally what he said.
No, he's kind of still giving her the runaround.
No,
She's not
Molly,
accepting that it's a
you
no because
you
he's not
and you
directly saying no.
Molly, you and Slimmy
don't do that,
are
Mika.
correct
Don't do
because
that.
he
Don't
did.
do that.
Hold on. Molly and Slimmy are correct because he did say exactly that. He told her right now, this is what we're doing, yada yada yada. And I can say 6 months, but it might be a year, but it might not ever be the time. He actually told her the truth. Where you come in, Molly, and being correct is he's also being passive aggressive because she's leaving the door open because she wants to be there. So he's like, "Oh, well, if you're gonna be here, okay, cool. Yeah, we
Why is he
can
being
do
passive
whatever we
aggressive?
did."
Because what she's doing.
That's
No, it's not a problem with
Y'all
him. I'm
keep
just saying
trying
what it
stuff
is.
back to a man because what the woman's doing. I don't
it
understand how that
wasn't.
works.
That's not what I
He wasn't
said.
honest with her.
You said
That
he's
was your
Bruh.
passive
version of
aggressive because
honesty.
she's doing this. That's what you
That's
said.
not what I said. Everybody here, the chat heard me.